Anlaveda Yoga Series, Yoga Philosophy. Grandmasters of Yoga, Grandmaster Lahiri, Part 2. Kriya Yoga and the Indian National Epos Bhagavad Gita. Grandmaster Lahiri frequently taught the Bhagavad Gita. His teachings attracted many disciples, and when they assembled with the master for the lessons, they called it Gita Sabha. Lahiri interpreted the battle of Kurukshetra as an inner psychological battle. He elaborated that the different characters in the battle were actually psychological traits within the struggling yogi. Krishna, India's greatest prophet, in a stanza of the Bhagavad Gita speaks about Kriya Yoga, offering inhaling breath into the outgoing breath, and offering the outgoing breath into the inhaling breath. The yogi neutralizes both these breaths. He thus releases the life force from the heart and brings it under his control. The interpretation is that the yogi arrests decay in the body by an addition of life force, and arrests the mutations of growth in the body by an eliminating current called apan. Thus, the yogi would neutralize decay and growth, and, by quieting the heart, the yogi learns life control. Kriya Yoga is mentioned twice by the ancient yogi master and sage Patanjali. He wrote, Kriya Yoga consists of body discipline, mental control, and meditating on Om. Patanjali speaks of God as the actual, cosmic sound of Om heard in meditation. Om is the creative word, the cosmic vibration. Yoga practitioners learn about this cosmic sound and sing Om when beginning to practice or when starting a meditation. Om is seen as a healing sound, and as the actual sound which connects the practitioner with the divine. Patanjali further mentions Kriya Yoga and the Kriya technique related to life control. He says, liberation can be accomplished by the pranayama, which is attained by disjoining the course of inspiration and expiration. Kriya Yoga and the cosmic human. Kriya Yoga is an instrument through which human evolution can be quickened, Sri Yukteswar explained to his students. The ancient yogis discovered that the secret of cosmic consciousness is intimately linked with breath mastery. This is India's unique contribution to the world's knowledge. The life force, which is ordinarily absorbed in maintaining the heart pump, must be freed for higher activities by a method of calming and stilling the ceaseless demands of the breath. The Kriya Yogi mentally directs his life energy to revolve, upward and downward, around the 6 spinal centers. These are the medullary, cervical, dorsal, lumbar, sacral, and coccygeal plexuses. They correspond to the 12 astral signs of the zodiac, the symbolic cosmic man. 1/2 minute of revolution of energy around the sensitive spinal cord of man affects subtle progress in his evolution. Some believe that 1/2 minute of Kriya equals to 1 year of natural spiritual unfoldment. The astral system of a human being, with 6, respectively 12 by polarity, inner constellations revolving around the sun of the omniscient spiritual eye, is interrelated with the physical sun and the 12 zodiac signs. All people are thus affected by an inner and an outer universe. According to the ancient rishis, the earthly and heavenly environment, in 12-year cycles, push the individual forward on its natural path. Kriya Yoga is seen as a path for astral transformation of the human body, aiming to express the infinite potentials of cosmic energy. Of course, the guidance of a real master is required to understand and practice the techniques correctly. Kriya Yoga has nothing in common with the unscientific breathing exercises. The ancient yogic technique converts the breath into mind. By spiritual advancement, one is able to cognize the breath as an active mind dream breath. Many illustrations could be given of the mathematical relationship between the human respiratory rate and the variations in its states of consciousness. A person fully focused automatically breathes very slowly. Fixity of attention depends on slow breathing. On the other hand, quick or uneven breaths indicate emotional states. For example, fear, lust, anger. The restless monkey breathes at the rate of 32 times a minute, in contrast to humans' average of 18 times. The elephant, turtle, snake and other animals, noted for their longevity, have a respiratory rate which is less than humans, according to scientific research. For example, about the turtle, which is known for achieving up to 300 years of age, it says that it breathes only 4 times in a minute. Sleep is seen as providing rejuvenating effects believed to be based on the individual's temporary unawareness of body and breathing. Thus, the sleeping person becomes a yogi. Each night, the person unconsciously performs the yogic rite of releasing himself from bodily identification while and of merging the life force with healing currents and cosmic energies. The yoga practitioner performs a simple, natural process consciously, not unconsciously like the slow-paced sleeper. The teachings say that the Kriya Yogi uses his technique to saturate and feed all his physical cells with undecaying light and keep them in a magnetized state. Mastering body and mind with Kriya Yoga. According to the Kriya teachings, untying the cord of breath which binds the soul to the body, Kriya serves to prolong life and to enlarge the consciousness to infinity. The yoga method would overcome the gap between the mind and the matter-bound senses. Introspection, or sitting in the silence, is an unscientific way of trying to force apart the mind and senses, tied together by the life force. The contemplative mind, attempting its return to divinity, is constantly dragged back towards the senses by the life currents. Instead, Kriya is seen as the most effective way to approach the infinite, as Kriya would control the mind directly. The yogic science is based on an empirical consideration of all forms of concentration and meditation exercises. Yoga enables the practitioner to switch off or on, at will, life current from the 5 senses, the sight, the sound, the smell, the taste, and the touch. In turn, mastering this power of sense disconnection, the yogi finds it simple to unite his mind at will with divine realms, or with the world of matter. The yogi is able to master the monkey mind of restless thoughts.
You can download easily the yoga training books, Yoga Asanam Parivar Part 1 and Part 2 from the Google Book Store. Search Anliveda books or simply Yoga Asanam Parivar. These books are based on the Maharishi Patanjali Yoga Sutras.
All other Anliveda Yoga courses are easily accessible online through mobile app, laptop, or a computer at home and internet. Anliveda Yoga inspires for online participation. www.anlivedayoga.com